Hi, my name is Ed Schulteis. Welcome to my project. Thanks for checking it out. This video starts just by showing a few of the uses for the Aqua-Therma Radiant Panel, and then it follows up with some physical testing of the panel so that you can get a better idea of the construction and durability of the panel. The first picture shows two of the radiant panels laid down onto a deck surface so that it can be used to melt the snow and ice on a deck or on a sidewalk. The next picture shows two of the panels being laid down and then soil trays being laid on top to start seedlings. This is used to heat the soil up to a particular temperature to optimize the seed germination of the trays. And the third picture just shows a simple construction for a pet shelter. This could also be put up in a barn, laid down on the floor, and the panels could be attached to the wall surface. You could lay straw on top of it for bedding material, but then you could adjust the temperature to about 100 degrees and keep it very nice and warm for young pets and also young livestock like sheep and piglets and goats. I have also used these radiant panels in my own shop to lay down on the floor and use them to speed up the curing of adhesives and paint on different projects. Now this is another test of the Aqua-Therma Radiant Panel. Now we have the 2 foot by 5 foot panel. On either end are placed two 8-inch logs, and it's unsupported in the center. And I'll just show you simply the flexibility of this panel. You can see that without weight on it, it's relatively straight across, flat. And when I place the bags of rock, there are two 50-pound bags of rock here, and I'll place them at the center and we'll see what happens. So there's the first bag, and you can see it's nearly touching the concrete, but not quite yet. I'll take the second bag. And there you can see that it is fully bent in the center. However, the panel remains completely intact. And I'll take the rock bags off of it. And you can see that it's almost entirely rebounded back to the straight position. It's just slightly bent right now, but if I pick it back up, we can see flip it over. And I'll prop it up a little bit. And we can see that the panel is straight again. So everything is all intact on there. And the panel is undamaged. The tubing is undamaged because it's routed within the panel, and it won't be hurt. It's very tough inside. This is a simple test of the Aqua-Therma Radiant Panel. What I have here is a 1 foot by 3 foot section of panel, and this is just to show the semi-flexibility of the panel. You can see right now it's resting on two 8-inch diameter logs, and I have a bag filled with about 40 to 50 pounds of rock, and I'm simply going to place the bag of rock in the center of the panel, and you can see that it will flex but not break. So now you can see the bag of rock, about 40 to 50 pounds, resting in the center of the panel. You can see the panel is flexing, but it's not breaking in any way. Now here you can see I placed another 50-pound bag of rock on there, so there's nearly 100 pounds of rock on this panel. It's a 1 foot by 3 foot panel, and you can see it's very much flexed, but still intact. And what I'll do is take the rock bags off the panel, and we'll let it spring back. Now here's a picture with it springing back with the weight removed. You can see there's still a little bit of a bend to it, and we can see it's still intact though. And if I pick it up here, you can see it's all now we can see it's all back to normal. The panel is still in good shape, hasn't broken at all, and you can see this. So the panel is very flexible. So I'm bending it quite a bit backwards. It's all very much intact. Now this is just a simple demonstration to show the impact resistance of the Aqua-Therma Radiant Panel. And what I'll do is I put the panel up on edge and place it against some rock bags in the back, like that. And I'll just hit on it a little bit, and you can see there's virtually no damage to it. It's a very tough panel. Now this is just a simple demonstration of the traction coat on the top surface of the Aqua-Therm Radiant Panel, and you can see if I scratch it with my fingernails, it has the consistency of a rough sandpaper, about 120 grit. And so you can see if this was laid down on a sidewalk to melt the snow off of it, it would have a nice traction coat on it so that you wouldn't slip and fall. Now this is showing the bottom surface of the Aqua-Therm Radiant Panel. This is the 2 foot by 5 foot panel, and you can see the bottom surface is covered with an outdoor carpet material. And we'll zoom in here. You can see it's nice and soft, a very short nap on it, and it's adhered very well. And you can lay this down on any sidewalk surface or on any other surface, and you won't have to worry about it scratching, and also it will prevent the panel from slipping around. Now this is the tubing on the water inlet and water outlet of the Aqua-Therm Radiant Panel. You can see it is a 3/8 inch OD, 1/4 inch ID inside diameter polyethylene tubing. It's very tough. It comes from the factory just like this, cut to 2 different lengths without the fitting on the end, so that you can attach your own fitting as you please.